Hey everyone, so super controversial video here. I'm not trying to upset anyone. Please comment below if you disagree. I would love to talk about it. This doesn't have to be a hateful video at all. So let's start with what God says. So white privilege. Every time you get into an argument with someone, you've probably heard, well, you don't understand because you have white privilege. I've heard it. I know you've heard it if you're a white person. So let's just start with what the Bible says, because this is Christianity first. The Bible says that God shows no partiality. In Romans 2:11, it says that God does not show difference between one human and another human. We're all on the same basis. Sin is individual. It's not inherited by race. Ezekiel 18:20 says, "The soul who sins shall die. The son shall not suffer for the iniquity of the father." Therefore, it's not generational. We're not passed down because of our race and our genes a certain way in God's eyes. God created man in his own image. It didn't say God created the white man, God created the black man, God went over here and created the Asian man. No, God just created man in his own image. So now that we went over that, we love everyone, we don't hate anyone, we're not against anyone. But this white privilege thing has to stop. So if you want to know my personal experience with white privilege, is that I was born to a mom who was a drug addict. My dad ended up leaving when I was about 6 years old for another woman with the same amount of kids as him. I love my dad, don't get me wrong. He's amazing. He's back in my life now, but that's not what this is about. So my mom was a bad drug addict. We were homeless. We panhandled for a living. You might not be able to envision what that looks like, so let me help you. We would get woken up at 7 in the morning because we'd be kicked out of our hotel by 11, and we would be told that we have to go walk the streets. I was the oldest of 4 children, carrying an infant in a car seat because we didn't have a stroller. Business to business, walking up to people and begging them for money to feed us, to pay for our hotel room. If they didn't pay for our hotel room, we would lose everything. We had nothing. We didn't have clothes. People would buy us clothes. And I would walk around with no shoes on to the point that finally panhandling, someone would buy me a pair of shoes. Then when I was 12, I met my husband and I moved out and moved in with his grandmother with my little brother who's 9 years younger than me. So get that, at the time he was like 6 years old. So we moved in with her. Why was he living with his grandmother, you may ask? Well, he was living with his grandmother because both of his parents had already passed. She worked 2 jobs. She worked full-time at Target just to be able to feed us. And we would mow lawns all day to be able to buy diapers for our baby that we had at 15 years old. Plus,